So hey everyone, this is Nicholas Fairbairn, founder of Oilsome, holistic health practitioner, personal trainer, doTERRA Diamond, and I've got a few other skill sets behind me as well. And today we're going to be talking about doTERRA's Emotional Aromatherapy Kit. This is an absolute gem. It's a powerhouse for every home. And it's a powerhouse to support people on so many different levels. And it's something that I'm quite passionate about, us understanding our emotional bodies and being able to process and move through any blockages that are holding us back from our true potential. So some of you may have the Emotional Aromatherapy Kit. Some of you may never have it. This box is a little bit kind of old, and you can see it's a little bit scabby because it's been my bag that I run my workshops. But ultimately what it is, it's 6 5ml bottle of essential oils in this nice, although it is an old box, it does look quite nice when it's a brand new box. It's got the oils in there, and it's also got a wheel at the top. And it kind of has a bit of an explanation about what the Emotional Aromatherapy System is. And on the back as well, it's also got all the oils named. On the back of the box, it has the doTERRA name and also has a generic name. Generic name is really great for books and some of the tear sheets and apps and things like that. And then you've also got what specific essential oils are in each blend, which also gives us a deeper understanding of the power that they have. So I wanted to start off with the real basics is to give you guys an understanding that we have more than one body, okay? Which some people go, wait a minute, I've only got one. We actually have more than one body. We have our physical body, our mental, emotional, and spiritual body. And this kit of oils is really powerful on our emotional body, which we have, a lot of us in the human species have a lot of trauma in that. I'm just going to mute somebody who is, just got to mute one more person. So we have a lot of trauma in our body from our own personal experiences, and there's also a lot of proof now that things have been passed on from generations through parents, grandparents, and things like that. So a lot of the things that we have are actually not our own feelings and not our own emotions. But we do have the power to work through these and clear these. So I just wanted to give you guys that kind of base understanding of where we're working on with the emotional aromatherapy. So on the aromatic side of using the oils and that topical side, that's what these oils are good for. So these oils, these are not ones that we use internally. They're just for topical or aromatic use. So aromatic is a diffuser, so a house diffuser, a car diffuser. There's essential oil jewelries. We can just breathe it out of the bottle. We can topically put it on, breathe it in. We can put it on the bottom of our feet or our spine. And that's the topical application. Aromatically, it is, think of moods. That's what it's really good for. Moods, focus, energizing. That's what the aromatic, uplifting. Topical, think of circulation and flow in the body. That's what we can use the oils for. So I'm going to go through each individual oil and explain a few things. I'm going to explain it in two ways because there's obviously with everything, it's not just one-dimensional. There's many ways that we can use these oils and these products, but I'm just going to really simplify two ways. So if you can have a look, for anyone that's, I don't know whether it's a coincidence or maybe it's not a coincidence, but if you look, every bottle is color-coded. So, this one's red, this one's orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. Okay, so for those of you that have done any spiritual work, those are actually the colors of the chakra system. So if we have a look, say we look at passion, which is the root chakra. You know, that is one of the grounding drives of us, is that kind of passion, safety, security. So we can combine, if we combine our lower energies with passion, and put that energy towards something that we actually want to, whether it be a project, whether it be a person, whatever it is, that's for the base chakra. Motivation, that's our creative force, our sexual energy. So if that's dormant or we don't have that flow in there, we might feel stuck. So we can look at the motivate on an energetic level, on sacral chakra. Then we could, just drop the computer. Chia, solar plexus, our power center. So we can use, come from power, but from a place of a cheerfulness power rather than a aggressive power or angry power. Forgive, this one's really easy. The heart chakra, forgiving everything that's ever happened to us. We know that we've all been misunderstood, mistreated. We've mistreated others sometimes. So this is to forgive ourselves and to forgive others. Then we've got peace. Okay, so communication again. Think of, a lot of us have trouble communicating our message. So this can bring us into alignment of a level of peace. And then we've also got console. So I'm like, although the name is console and the name is peace, I personally also feel that they can open up these specific areas. That's why I'm just touching on this. And this would be, I guess, your third eye communication center, which a lot of us have felt blocked, our intuition. So you can look at those, and if you were going to use it in that aspect, I would personally use it, just diluted topically on those specific areas. And feel into your body, feel where there's blockages, feel where it's not flowing. And we all know, if you've been hurt at the heart, you're going to close yourself down, you're going to round your shoulders. If you're not communicating, there's many other oils that support communication as well, but I just wanted to kind of quickly touch on that. So now I want to go through, this is a really great resource, which is by the Enlightened Group, which have also created this book. So this explains ultimately what emotions do. This book is for every kind of individual oil and blends, and this is an emotions wheel, right? These are not specifically for the Emotional Aromatherapy Kit, but they do give you a deeper understanding of essential oils and emotions. Because I actually feel like the physical stuff to me is really easy to understand. Like the emotions, I feel, is where people are blocked. A lot of people are in denial about their emotions, or just not realizing how much those specific blockages are holding us back in all areas of life. So I would highly recommend getting this book and this wheel and this chart. And a lot of our leaders have access to those books, and generally what we do is we buy in bulk, so we're not individually paying shipping. So if you do want to get these resources, just put in one of your groups and someone will be able to connect you. We've got enough leaders in the specific areas that can give you that. So with this thing, at the very top of this, finding solutions for everyday problems, answer in aromatherapy. It says, first things first, emotions are normal, healthy responses to living. Okay, that's really important. A lot of us are taught to actually suppress our emotions. Women are taught to suppress anger. Shh, just stay quiet. Don't get mad. And that's a programming that is actually not serving people, because if you don't express your anger and it's suppressed in your body, it's still there. So just understand emotions are normal. It's okay to cry. It's okay to be angry. It's okay to be pissed off at people. It's okay to feel sad. These are part of life. And the more we feel empowered that it's okay if I express myself, and the more people that feel safe to express themselves, just because you cry doesn't mean you're weak. Just because you're sad does not mean you're weak. It actually is a form of power because you're emotionally intelligent enough to get it out, release those trapped emotions or express them. So emotions are normal, healthy responses to living. And it's perfectly natural to get upset and feel frustrated and stressed out at times. It's biological. Our bodies are designed to react to life circumstances both emotionally and physically. Okay? So this is really important because most people are stuck at that aspect of, I've been always taught to suppress our emotions. And you might feel angry because you've been, society has programmed you, or somebody has told you to express that emotion. So remember, it's okay to be angry at the suppression as well. And a beautiful way to release this is go down to the ocean or a pool or a lake and go in the ocean and scream as loud as you can into the ocean and just release all of that anger. You can also scream into a pillow. You could scream in your house. You might scare the neighbors, whatever. But it is really powerful to release any anger. And the one reason that I wanted to touch on anger quite a bit is because there is a big amount of anger in the feminine collective because of the suppression from the masculine energy. And it's happened for hundreds, if not thousands of years. And that's just why you're seeing the rise of the feminine. The feminine energy is being, feeling free and feeling like they're able to express themselves. But there is a level of anger, and understand that there is a lot of men that are aware of the suppression. And there is a newer generation of men that are understanding of what's actually happened and not, we're just as disgusted as you guys may feel, and we feel as angry about it as you feel. So just be aware there will be some anger that comes up when you start stepping into your emotions. There'll be the feelings of maybe feeling unsafe, maybe you're not in control, you're angry. But these are just things that are inside you that have been suppressed for so long. So understand it may be a little bit of an interesting journey, because what the essential oils actually do is they help us to acknowledge those emotions, and to clear whatever's not needed to be there anymore. But one of the most important things is acknowledging that it's there, because we've lived in a world of denial for too long, and we've kind of swept things under the carpet, under the rug, but now the rug's like overflowing with stuff, and we can't keep going that way. So the mind-body connection, really, really important. Our emotional response to thoughts, memories, and experience are literal physiological reactions triggered by chemicals in the brain. At the very instant of experience, our senses send stimuli to the brain for processing. If the brain perceives danger, it sends stress chemicals to get us moving. If it senses a field of wildflowers, it sends chemicals that produce a surge of calm, and thus an emotion is born. So we get triggered daily, moment by moment, from different things. And one of the things I've found with the essential oils is they do seem to steer us in a direction of calm rather than stress. And this is because of the interpretation that the brain has and the emotional response it creates. So the computer almost fell. You can see this little picture. We get a trigger here, and then what happens is we have an interpretation, our brain. So for the trigger, we see, smell, taste, hear, and feel and experience thought or memory. The interpretation, our brain interprets a signal. So is this danger? And if it feels like danger, it creates an emotional response, which then creates a chemical response, which then creates a physical response. And what we can actually do with the essential oils is we can kind of change that process so that we're not going down. We might be triggered by something and go in a state of an emotional response, but we can quickly change that emotional response, which would then change the chemical, which will then change the physical response. So we're actually working on this level right here to change these two outcomes. Okay. So this is why I talk about health on a day-by-day, moment-by-moment basis. We can wait till we get a physical response and then we can try to reverse engineer back, or we can be aware of our emotions. Okay, right now I'm feeling pissed off. Why? Okay, what's happened? Okay, acknowledge it. Don't try to suppress it. Don't think that the essential oils suppress that emotion. Acknowledge the emotion, and then you could use a specific oil to work through whatever emotion that is. And there's affirmations, there's writing things down, there's visualizations. Essential oils are just one tool in a variety of being emotionally intelligent. And emotional intelligence is the way of the future, because then we don't go into a form of reaction, all right, where we're reacting to the outside world. Anything happens in the outside world, it affects us. We come from a place of pure stability and pure foundation. Just going to mute two people. So we come from a place of, being sound, and nothing outside can really affect us because we are emotionally intelligent. So we might watch something on the news and it might be horrific, and our old way, we might have been really triggered and really felt really unsafe. I don't watch the news because it is programmed to make us feel that way. But the reality is the world is a safe place. The reality is there is more good than bad. What is displayed in front of us may trigger us, but when we're emotionally intelligent, we can actually see through the BS, and we can actually feel, okay, well, that person is angry at me, but that's really not going to affect me. I'm not going to take on, or that person is saying something negative about me, or treating me in a bad way. That doesn't mean I'm a bad person. That's just their own stuff. And we can start to disengage from reactions that are counterproductive to us. Not saying that we shouldn't feel sad or we shouldn't feel things like we have to block every emotion, but we can be aware of whose emotion is what. Is this my emotion or is it their emotion? Is this a true story, or are they just releasing some emotion? And saying that, never be an emotional boxing bag for people. Like, if someone can't handle their emotions, it's never your responsibility to absorb their energy. That's not for you. That's their journey, and remove yourself from those situations as soon as possible. So we obviously observe, and this is where the wheel comes in. So with these wheels, you can look at the negative emotions. So, we might say, today I'm feeling overwhelmed, okay? And that might be a specific type of emotion that we feel, but we can look deeper into that and go, what am I actually feeling? I'm overwhelmed because I'm fatigued. And then we can look at what oil will support us with the fatigue, and then we can anchor in a positive emotion. So these wheels are really, really powerful. And if you can ever get to an emotions workshop, I would highly recommend it. And then this book's just going to give you a more of an understanding of all of the oils, not just these specific oils. And you can read deeper on every single oil that I'm going to talk about. So I'm just going to get them in order of how it works. All right, so what we do is the first thing that we have to understand, express, feel into is when there is an emotion, we can go into a place of consoling ourselves. Okay? We've been treated bad. We haven't been understood. We have done something bad. There's no good or bad. That's just, another programming. But we have done something, been treated away, had an experience that it didn't bring joy to us. So we have to acknowledge that actually happened, and console ourselves. And this is where this oil comes in. So this is what we do first. We sit in that moment. We don't try and run away with it. We cry. We go into nature. We journal. Why did this happen? All these type of things that we can do and sit in that space. Because what a lot of people do is they actually block this and they try to just go completely into a different emotion. And what happens is that can work for a certain amount of time, but then what happens is these deeper emotions catch up on us. So by acknowledging it straight away, all right, I've been hurt. I feel wounded. I feel sad. I feel upset. I feel so angry.
Is it working?
Oh, here we go. Someone's. Who was that? That was naughty. I'm just going to turn. Who is it? I can't see. Oh wait, it's Jane. Jane. Yes, we have to acknowledge that, and we have to not suppress it, because it's something that we continually do in our society, and we pretend that I'm okay. When there's great ways to release these emotions like EFT and tapping and all these type of things, a great way to release them. But first we have to acknowledge them, because if we just try to release it before we've acknowledged it, there's a form of